Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Bardatto. Let's see what happens with this heist.
I take it that Sally clued you into the plan?
The worry lines running down this guard's face speak to years of duty and command. He scrutinizes you with a cautious, if friendly, expression.
You will wait in the shadows of the vault. We will bring up the rear with reinforcements.
Shame, that.
Seraphin scratches his cheek with a single finger.
Care to elaborate?
The captain strokes his chin and frowns at Seraphin.
Only think preferable to a plan so simple be going up the rear myself.
He bounces his furry eyebrows. Captain Valami shuts his eyes and exhales a long breath. What do we do once the thieves arrive?
We do what comes naturally.
He touches the pommel of his sword.
Sally wants this handled cleanly and without loose ends. I am sure that the thieves as well prefer direct confrontation over the alternative.
But what's in this vault anyway?
A modest sum and a few cobwebs. We've relocated most of the wealth and valuables.
Yeah, we saw that for ourselves when we broke into the vault.
Relocated to where?
Beyond your reach, lady. Even if we're getting the drop on these Valera scum, I'm not about to stake a client's fortune on our success.
I'm ready. Let's get started.
I don't intend on losing any good men or women tonight.
He looks you over and nods.
My guards will keep a low profile and watch out for the Valeras. Be sure you do the same.
Merla! Itzali is sharper than she lets on if she knew we were coming.
They still showed up? Now, Belda isn't the same woman we spoke to at the hole in the gullet. That was Persa. But I assume Persa was the coordinator of the heist, and so if we convince her to stand down, it wouldn't happen. I can't believe they still came.
Surrender now, and I offer you mercy. I make no promises that I'll follow through.
Valami grins. The burglar slowly brings her hand closer to a weapon. So option 1 or option 3? Option 1 might resolve the conflict altogether, though I don't think so, based on what Captain Valami said. He might not follow through with the mercy, and also that Etzali wants this handled cleanly and without loose ends. But this might allow me to save Valami's life. I think a bridge has been burned here anyway. Let's go ahead and save Valami and see what happens. Valami, look out! Captain Valami definitely steps aside as Belda squeezes off a shot from her pistol. The bullet misses its target by a wide margin. Valami nods to you with gratitude.
Merla, again! Any chance of resuming negotiations? Thought not.
She cocks her pistol and signals to the other thieves. I guess it is possible we could have
your end.
handled this peacefully, but also maybe not.
What for, Cap?
Let's make sure I have my sword equipped. Perfect.
See más me. Zoom.
hope.
I'll be more... Hands on.
Okay, so we can also heal the Bardatto guards. Let's try to keep them alive as well.
Thick, worth and rough.
Alright, so one of the guards did die. That's fine. I'm sure it's not going to matter.
Just like that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Galarde, I had my doubts, but that Sally's trust in you was well placed. We will see to the mess shortly. Your thanks and bounty await you upstairs.
Captain Valami offers a curt but respectful bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming peace is no longer an option. I think this is fine. For my character, it makes more sense to side with the Bardattos for a couple of reasons. One, they seem the better off of the two families, and as a gold pack knight, having a wealthy employer is ideal. Second, the Valeras do seem more like the aggressors in this situation. The Bardattos don't like the Valeras, but they haven't been openly hostile towards them. The Valeras broke into the Bardattos' vault, and from my understanding, the Valeras are responsible for initiating the duel that we broke up at the outset of this quest. Martino specifically encourages the youth of the Valeras to attack the Bardattos. Also, Atzali is, I think, she insinuated she was a gold pack knight, and so I have that camaraderie with her as well. Okay, on the Fireforged path, the travels of Yarik Ilton. So excerpt from the Fireforged path, the travels of Yarik Ilton. As born and raised a Magranite, and a Magranite now, I will stay. As a young man, I undertook a pilgrimage to visit a holy house dedicated to every god. In so doing, I hope to know them each the better, take what they had to teach, and sow it into my soul like so many seeds, that my soul might grow and bear only the most delectable fruit for my goddess to devour at the moment of my death. So it is with no small amount of amusement that I pen this account of my visit once to a church of Weil, the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams and secrets, revelations and mysteries, and reveal to you all I learned there. The challenge came first in finding adherents to Weil's doctrine, for they are not often ones to announce their presence, preferring instead to build their flock from the solitary seekers who delve through ancient ruins and ruined archives in search of the strange, the bizarre, the forgotten. But persistence is my goddess's first teaching, and find them I did. The Wylites' Nekatakan congregation was small then, as it likely remains now, and on the morning I stumbled upon them, they were lounging like so many cats in the sun on the steps above Queen's Birth, sharing between them a bottle of arak and pipes packed with white leaf and ripple sponge. I knew them for Wylites, not for any badge or robe or trinket they wore, not for their race or age, but for the ardor of their debate on the most benign of topics. I think he just found some druggies. I begged that they take me to their church, and permit me to worship with them, and they laughed as one, their many voices like the howling of wild dogs. They acquiesced when I told them of my quests, and then invited me to sit and share their drink. I did. As the arak burned a trail of fire down my throat, they showed me the dimensions of their hall of worship. The stairs were their pews, they said, the blue sky their ceiling, and their walls the edges of the world. All of creation sits within its bounds. As morning neared midday, they stood as one and began to climb the mountain. Where do you go now? I asked. To worship, they replied. A great wave of relief washed over me, for at last I would have my lesson from them. We climbed the many steps of Nekataka and arrived at last to the sacred stair. Where is your temple? I asked, and in response they whooped like children, rushing past me in a squall of smoke and laughter. I followed as best I could, though I wet my good slippers in a stream and could hardly keep my feet on the moss-licked stones, and we surged, soggy-footed and hollowing into the temple of Gon. To worship, they cried. We shoved past Dawnstar's been in praise of their macabre god, laughing all the while, and came to stand before a leafless tree whose boughs were hung in lanterns too numerous to count. I had nary a moment to catch my breath before the wildlights were clambering into the great tree's branches. The young man pulled me up with one hand and handed me a pipe with the other. The priests of Gon screeched and wailed, and all the while we squawked like birds, our smiles wide and eyes alight with arak and lantern fire. The Mataru came soon after to chase us away, but not before we'd done our share of singing to the many-eyed, many-tongued god of dreams. Would that I could have stayed with them a while longer, but alas, I could not deny my soul its journey, nor the whispers of my goddess in my ear. I took again to the road in search of churches, but I must admit, I longed always after for that tree. Of course.
Will be a whole mess of man, Caps. But there be limits.
Right, we've done 64 damage.
Huh?
Not super great.
A pleasure working with you.
Okay, I mean, it's possible we could still salvage peace between the families, but I doubt it at this point. I think just initiating the heist was probably a step too far.
Postinago. What fools these Valeras are to think I would not protect what is mine.
Italian inhales sharply.
Mela, it is the end of enough. I would see Ataro bleed for this.
You do realize that would be murder.
Vengiata. We need to cut this snake's head off and let the tail flounder in the grass. Atello has led his family into their present misfortune. Kill him, and what remains of his litter of jackals will destroy itself. It hardly needs to be said that I'll reward you handsomely, but I will say it all the same. Do we have a bargain?
Her brow arches at attention. Yeah, so I don't think the rational option in the vault would have prevented bloodshed. Because it was an option that influences rational. It wasn't a skill check. Or a disposition check. I'm gonna see if I can still salvage this. I'm no assassin at Zali.
It's not a difficult profession to pick up. Think on it.
I mean, I am assassin if they pay enough. But that's not actually true. Let's go speak to the Valeras and see what happens. So I am glad that I warned Captain Valami instead of taking that rational option. I don't think anything would have changed except for maybe saving Valami's life.
Been having some disturbing dreams. Makes it hard to sleep.
But do I need to talk to her about that? I probably should.
What can I do you for? I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep. And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
How is it you came to be a worshipper of Gon, more so than of Aethys?
My folks, you might say they're not your typical Aethasians. Sure, they cling to the light more than the darkness. But the war, it touched my family. And it changed them. Killed some. Not that I remember firsthand.
She sniffs.
The others toughened, turned survivors. That much I saw with my own eyes, even years later.
That doesn't answer my question.
My aunt's the one who taught me about the cycle of life and death. How everything happens in stages. Whether forwards or backwards, from seed to rot to rebirth again, it's all just states of existence and balance. See? That's how I first learned about the slice of Gon within Aethys.
She grins big, confident and happy.
After that, I read all the doctrines of Gon, anything and everything I could get my hands on.
Such as?
The 12 books of Nearwith, plus the epistles from the minor prophets. A lot of them aren't a part of today's canonization, but that doesn't mean they're wrong.
She crosses her arms over her chest, expression pinched.
It's tradition for the youngest born to take up the priesthood of Aethys. Well, I did it in my own way.
Are there others like you? Other Gonites out there?
Of course, though we're few and spread out. Most don't keep to temples. Soul shepherding requires travel. Mostly I learned through reading. Any text pertaining to Gon I could get my grubby hands on.
I get the feeling you don't really fit in with the other Dawnstars.
I guess it's the nature of light to want to best the darkness. But you can't have balance like that.
Head downcast, she thumbs the edge of her sickle thoughtfully.
And it's not like night and death are bad things.
Aren't they, though?
Oh, no use in fearing what's natural. Life isn't one long line. It's cyclical. You gotta shed the old to become the new.
Her head shakes.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
That's all for now.
It's time I got about searching for lost souls.
She nods.
Sure.
Well, I speak to all my companions. Do some catching up, but let's take care of this quest first.
I wasn't even there. Blame Balder if you must.
You are a miserable influence on this family.
Sally will be sharpening her knives. It's time for us to do the same.
Gods help my churlish braggart of a son. How did it ever get to this?
Otello turns to you in surprise.
You, what are you doing here?
I think it's Ali's very upset.
The only thing to do now is strike before she does.
What would you have us do? Kill Azali?
Otello brings a trembling hand up to his cheek.
Kill all of them. No witnesses, no Bardattos.
Wait a minute. I didn't come here to sign up for this.
But here you are. Sally will not look on that kindly.
I think I'm pretty good pals with Itzali. Can't manipulate me, buddy.
I'd go myself, but this does not work without a Valera alibi. As far as our gods are concerned, you were playing dice during the massacre. Ak?
And I'm supposed to trust you.
We Valeras stick by our allegiances.
So be it, Kores.
Otello turns away, unable to look at his son.
Well, is it done? Is the Bardatto family dealt with?
Not yet. I'll be back. Speak to Itzali one more time before I make any rash decisions. I also want to check out the merchants. Meant to do that earlier. We've got a pretty good chunk of change in our pocket. It does look like I've squandered the piece.
I have yet to hear the wailing of the ladder mourners.
It's Ali blinks at you. Can't you settle your differences with Otello?
I once entertained the idea of peace with Otello.
It's Ali taps her chin.
Now, I'd rather march his family into the sea.
He lives for now.
Then you had better go and fix that, shouldn't you?
She banishes you with a wave.
I have yet to hear the wailing of the ladder mourners.
I had other questions.
Then ask, but do not waste my day with trivialities.
Alright, so it looks like we're gonna kill the Valeras. Man, I know I don't have to. I could just walk away. But I do want to resolve this quest. But we have been working towards it for so long. I want to see a resolution. So I'm thinking, had I not followed through with the heist, we probably could have still salvaged peace, but curiosity got the better of me.
Island folk tend to take your time.
Only during nighttime, though.
Plenty of fish in this you'll find, nope.
I've got everything, of course.
Alright, let's check out the cobbler store real quick. I might go Rest of the Wild Mare too, see if we get a better combat bonus. We're going to be fighting here shortly. Let's go and swap this out. Also, frame rate is terrible here. This game has a lot of stuttering. I did look it up. It's not just me. The game itself just seems to be poorly optimized. No matter how good your PC is, you're going to get some stuttering.
Whoever said a good... Of course. Come take a...
You know what? I could probably give this to somebody. We can always replace them later as well. You already have a pair of those. Does this guy just keep restocking that? Alright. Oh, whoops.
Mm-hmm.
That makes her a little tankier.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Huh?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
the wild mare first. See what resting bonuses they have. I assume that we're gonna have to fight everybody, at least on the second floor of the Valera estate. I think those are all guards. The bottom floor are people renting. So we shouldn't have to fight them, I don't think.
Now, what can I do for you? You see anything?
Okay. It's expensive. I mean, plus 3 to dexterity and 30% chance to reflect against spells. Seems pretty good. That's like a one-off thing. I think it's going to be a big fight. It's the culmination of a pretty lengthy quest, so it's a worthwhile investment. Natali's been paying us pretty consistently between, what, 15 to 1600? So she's also comping that cost. And it's also nighttime. It might be worth picking up the cape. Might go and buy it. Then if I remember to swap to night, or swap to it when I'm doing stuff at night. Might make for a worthwhile investment.
Right.
It's an effect I don't have to worry about, right? I don't necessarily have to plan around it, but if I get the effects of it, then it's okay. Let's go ahead and grab it. I'll give it to Aloth, I think. Jody might be the better option. It doesn't give stealth. Yeah, excluding the wearer. So weird. Okay.
Pamper me too much and I'll...
That's fine. Oh, and it's plus 2 to stealth. Pretty solid. I wonder if they can open doors. Oh, I'm gonna park in this corner. Actually, I'm gonna park in this corner.
I shall.
What for, Cap?
Or maybe both. Park in both corners.
What can I do you for?
Huh?
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah?
I trust you.
Do something like this.
Hmm?
Ahoy.
This might be okay. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next episode, we're gonna take out one of the families. By one of them, I mean the Valeras. But for now, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.